Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Gold with your daily analysis for Thursday 15th of May, recording the video now 5:15 PM Eastern Standard Time. We got downwards movement which was expected. We have a really clear breach of yesterday's channel on the hourly chart, so I have some confidence that the upward correction is over and we're starting on the early stages of a third wave down. The target is 1247 and that could be reached in either 4 days or more likely 7 days. Let's look at the wave count at the daily chart level for gold. I still expect it's in a huge fourth wave correction at primary degree, which is unfolding as a double combination. That would show nice structural alternation with the rear running flat correction for primary wave 2. Within this combination, the first structure was a zigzag, so the second structure beginning here should be either a flat or a triangle. I'm labelling it as a flat. That's what I'll expect because they are much more common structures than triangles. But if we don't see the minimum requirement for a flat for downward movement, then I'll consider the intermediate wave Y could still be a triangle. If it's a flat, then it's unfolding 3, 3, 5, and minor wave B within the flat must reach a minimum 90% the length of minor A at 1201.98. At 1200.89, minute wave C would reach equality in length with minute wave A. Minor wave B, if intermediate wave Y is a flat correction, may make a new low beyond the start of minor A, so there's no downward invalidation point. We could see movement below 1180. When minor B is done, then we'll have a 5 up for minor wave C, extremely likely at that stage to move price above the end of A to avoid a truncation, and most likely to take intermediate wave Y to end at the same level as intermediate wave W at 1434, because the purpose of combinations is to take up time and move price sideways. Primary wave 4 may not move into primary wave 1 price territory above 1532.90. At this stage, there are still two structural possibilities for minor wave B down. I'm labelling it as a 535 single zigzag. We could also relabel it WXY, a double zigzag, because this downward movement subdivides both as a 535 zigzag and an impulse with an extended fifth wave. The better Fibonacci ratios are if it's as an impulse, and a single zigzag would be more likely, so that's what I'll label it as at this stage. Let's look at the start of minute C on the hourly chart, where it begins here, this point here. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5-wave structure to the downside, which looks pretty clear on the hourly chart. And so far this upward movement looks really clear as a 3-wave structure. I'm labelling it as a double zigzag with a triangle in the middle for the X wave. Yesterday I had a channel drawn around this upward movement, a best fit channel, and it's really clearly breached by this downward movement. So we have a nice clear breach of yesterday's channel telling us that this upward wave should be over and the next wave down should be underway. The next wave down should be a third wave, so we should start to see an increase in downward momentum beyond that seen for the first wave. At 1247, minuet wave 3 would reach 1.618, the length of minuet wave 1. When I know where subminuet waves 3 and 4 within the third wave have ended, then I will add to the target calculation at another wave degree so that it may widen to a small zone or it may change, and if it changes I would expect it to change to the downside. So far on the hourly chart, and I've checked the subdivisions on the 5-minute chart, it looks like we have a series of overlapping first and second waves unfolding. That's normally how third wave extensions begin. We have this series of overlapping movements and then we start out with a strong middle part of a third wave with a strong increase in momentum and then a corresponding series of overlapping fourth and fifth waves at the end. Third waves are the most commonly extended waves, and I would expect within the middle of the third wave its third waves also to be extended. That's most typical. I've drawn a base channel around minuet waves 1 and 2. On the way down, the upper edge of this channel should provide resistance to upwards movement, and the third wave should have enough power to break through support at the lower edge of the channel. Once this trend line has been broken, it should then provide resistance to upward corrections, and price should remain below the lower edge of this channel. When that happens, we have further confirmation that we have a third wave underway. Eventually, when price breaks below 1273.43, we will have final price confirmation that gold has broken out of its sideways range it's been trading in for over 30 days now. And we'll have confirmation, price confirmation, that it's breaking out to the downside. That's all for me today with your gold analysis, and I hope that all our members are looking forward to a fabulous weekend.